I was a very good witness to the madness that was WCW. I've got lots to say about it. What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. You know, just really stupid. The biggest cutthroat bunch of conniving, backstabbing idiots you've ever seen in your life. That is such bullshit. It's the work of an idiot. Pathetic, really stupid idiots. Are you an idiot? Lost idiot? He was the shits. You will always be seen as a complete failure. The term motherfuckers would have been crossing my mind pretty regular. Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
Tell them like it is.
Yeah. Guys, welcome back to another edition of Getting Some Color. We are covering 3 shows tonight, which is WWF Raw from March 4th, 1996. Then it's ECW Hardcore TV, which was March 5th, 1996. And then you have ECW...
Big ass Extreme Bash.
Yeah, which was March 9th, 1996. But before we do that, we have the month of February to do our war journal that we forgot. Not forgot, but
I forgot.
Yeah.
You didn't forget.
I needed a little more time to think about it. So what this usually means is we kind of tell you what show kind of won. Was it ECW? Was it WCW? Or was it WWF? I'm more of the feel guy. Zach is more of the analytical and what it comes down to his reviews and you know, the money made and the ratings and stuff. That's how he decides his. I decide mine.
I'm a mix. I mix it between the two.
Yeah. This one was kind of a little hard to do because remember we both gave WCW and WWF a strike. Like they have a strike under their belt for the shows that they've been releasing to us or already released and we're watching essentially in the now. The only one we didn't give a strike was ECW. Now, as far as quality, obviously quality of, the production is always going to win with WCW and WWF. But ECW has been piquing my interest more.
It's like the matches they put on, the stuff they're doing is more interesting. But the quality of it can kind of be all over the map too, though. It's like you sometimes you get like, that was a good match, or that was a fucking awesome match. And you get like another train wreck, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
It could be any one of those things.
And what I'm starting to appreciate, because that's why I said in the messenger, I'm starting to like the chaos or understand the chaos, essentially.
Understanding it.
Yeah. And ECW feels like there's a fight going on in their matches. Sometimes there might be some goofiness with the Raven stuff and Wanalea fucka whatever her name is.
Kimona Wanalea.
And Tommy Dreamer being in all weird in the corner emo and talking about forevermore Raven quotes and all that stuff. But even that even with Pillman's situation, which we're going to discuss in the shows that we watched recently, Pillman brings another level of interest to ECW.
He hasn't even wrestled.
Yeah, I know, and that's crazy, and it kind of makes I'm gonna say probably an outlandish thing that probably will piss off a lot of ECW fans and probably old school fans is Pillman puts Shane Douglas on the map.
He's getting interest he's getting me more interested in him. I can say that.
He's bringing out the best of him, and I think this is where people talk about Shane Douglas being good in ECW is around this time, I think.
maybe that was the case, because it's like also the thing he's doing with like, I don't really care about the main feud that much right now, like Tommy and Sandman, or Tommy and Raven and Sandman to a lesser extent. But like he's in that mix, and he's like got this thing going where he's got like his own motivations and shit, and he's like kind of playing people against each other, and that's at least interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I'm pumping up ECW a lot, and you're probably saying that's probably Dubs' pick is ECW for the War Journal. I have to say, I think WWE or WWF edges it a little bit, because I'm liking the whole Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels build. I do like what they're doing with Diesel, even though we know it's like the end of the line essentially.
End of the road.
Yeah. Then you have Goldust with his situation where Razor Ramon he hates gays, so he doesn't want to fight Goldust, and he's moving on pretty much from the company soon. But like now you have Piper like filling in the void of that thing. But I think it wins because I think the quality of the matches are good. And
nope. Your screen says thumbs down.
Thumbs down. It's not agreeing with me. But yeah, I think I have to give it to WWF because the reason why I'm hating WCW is because of the stale storylines. The only ones I'm liking is Lex Luger and Sting, because Lex Luger as this asshole good friend champion dude is funny as hell. And I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, is he trying to like act in a serious way to be like, I'm conniving Sting somehow? I don't know, but it's still fucking entertaining and funny to watch.
I think it's like accidental. Like, he's not trying to do that. I think it just comes out that way. Because he's not really known for being like a great actor or performer, like on camera doing like promos and stuff.
Yeah. He's
mostly always been like the kind of guy who's like, he can say what he needs to get across for the most part. And then like most of the time he won't bomb it and be bad. I always thought he was better in the ring than talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Nobody wins February 1996.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wins because both big promotions got a strike. ECW doesn't really compete with them, so I don't really count them. So it's like, you know, we can talk about the stuff they do, but it's like they're not in competition with them really.
True.
Let's see. Talking about WCW first. The ratings, the attendance, all that stuff, pay-per-view shit. First off, they didn't have a pay-per-view in February. There was no pay-per-view. Or wait, yeah, there was. I'm sorry. I was thinking of it was Super Brawl. I was thinking of January. I had that on my screen first.
No, yeah, it was Super Brawl.
Yeah, my bad. So on the Nitros, let's see. February 5th got a 2.9. 12th got a 3.7. That was that big jump where like there was no Raw there. They just didn't have Raw. And by the way, I know for a fact now, because we're going to get into it in the Raw review, the same thing happens to them when there's no Nitro.
It's funny though for this one. I actually know the reason why.
February 19th Nitro got a 2.9. February 26th Nitro got a 3.2. Pretty consistent other than that big spike. Now we've noticed for the most part, like both shows are kind of growing their audience. Except for that freak super low TV rating Raw has, and we'll talk about later, and I still don't know the reason for it. But my reviews of the shows have been pretty blah, kind of average, like 5.7, 5.8, 5.8, 5.3. Like not good, really.
I think I was a little higher on WWF that rounds of months that we
maybe you were. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Like overall, I've just kind of been down on like both promotions, but it's like for different reasons.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like I've always been a WCW Nitro mark until Stone Cold started getting hot in WWF. But like watching it as an adult now, I'm kind of like, fuck, this is bad. Like now I understand like why early 96 and even in 95 things were just not good. And it's because of all the booking situations, and then obviously, you know, it's heating up for the good times that are going to be coming. Again, fuck you, camera, for putting thumbs down. But yeah, it's just it's interesting looking at it as an adult compared to a kid.
Yeah. Super Brawl, that was in St. Petersburg, Florida, at the Bayfront Center.
Mm-hmm.
I gave that show a 5.5 review. It wasn't a great pay-per-view. That's another thing where they've been fumbling a lot lately. It's like WCW can't put on a good pay-per-view to save their lives. That's been like a long, ongoing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Like since last year.
And they still have hard time even during the good times. Like they'll fuck up a pay-per-view where like they're like, oh, we ran out of time.
And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we've talked about it a little bit before briefly, but like when we started this, WCW was in the middle of a down period in general, and it's like just everything was down, but like also like most people's opinions of the product around this time isn't good either. Like through this 3 years we've been doing it now.
And it's so like interesting, like because a lot of people clump up the year. Like they'll be like 95 was bad, 96 was like half good and half bad and all that stuff, and then it like picks up for the Attitude Era. But like the lifespan of just a year itself, things can change within a couple of months. Like we have this year where everything is kind of like mid in some way, like it's bad TV, and then we have the third man that happens. We have the outsiders that come, and then it's the third man, and then you're just like, this is interesting TV. And then like when you get to like the invasion, even though it kind of fizzles out a little bit after the invasion, but the invasion angle, that's another thing where it's just like, again, it shows WWF winning the ratings and stuff, and that's when you had the Vince McMahon promo where he like, you know, I got everything now. I got WCW, and then they
got ECW.
Yeah, and like the lifespan of good wrestling TV shows could end up being shitty. I mean, look at Triple H. Like we were high on him when WrestleMania 40. At least for me, I'm saying for myself, where I'm just like, oh, this is good what he's doing with TV for Raw, and now you're just like, fuck, this is boring. Like
I'm so checked out of the product now for them. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't pay any attention to it anymore. Almost, it's just because the TV is boring. The best way I've heard it put so far is they try to do these shows where like, how can I get away with doing as little as possible?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, and it's like going back to the really old WWF booking because I've seen those shows, and that's kind of like what it's like. It's like that. It's not as bad as that was, even with how little they would try to do in a show. They just didn't really have TV like anything. It was nothing like what we think it is. But it reminds me a lot of that, and it's like it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just boring. But yeah, I digress. Though, the attendance on that Super Brawl show was pretty good, even though it was probably comped some. Like it was like 7,200 out of 8,600 in that building.
Mm-hmm.
So, the buy rate was 210,000.6 domestic. Not like a great buy rate for that. So I don't know. Their TV ratings are good, but like the pay-per-views still aren't good. Highlights, WCW highlights. The Brian Pillman stuff, that was interesting, and then it fizzled out because they got fed up with him, and he worked them into a shoot, and they fired him.
Yep. And then he's pretty much continuing it in ECW, but like that's actually, I think, work.
He's working there.
Yeah.
Lex Luger being hilarious on Nitro. That's it. That's all I got. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything in particular you want to talk about WCW at least?
No, I just the Goldust vignettes is really good. And
that's what we're talking about WCW though.
Oh, WCW, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Luger thing we brought up already. And that's it.
It's kind of it. They're just spinning their wheels still. They're running these same stories.
And it's sad because, like, I want to see more Alex Wright, and he's kind of like just a low mid-carder now.
He's almost like a jobber now.
Yeah.
It's like kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And other guys, like there's other people that we know are there, and we don't see him hardly ever.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Chris, we don't see him much.
And he's a horseman, apparently.
Eddie's not been on TV, even though like in this period of time right now, he's not like the Eddie we all know. It's just he's a good wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sucks you don't get to see him either.
It's like the seeds are planted, and we know what they blossom into. It's just like it's frustrating to see how long it actually does get to that point.
Yeah. As for Raw, though, let's see. Raw had 3 shows because they didn't have one on the second week of February.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say you knew what happened with that?
No, I know what happens with the this week because we have Raw and WCW
There's no Nitro. Yeah, okay.
Is because it's a Civil War movie that they were doing on TNT.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. I remember it. Hold on, I'll keep on talking. I'll find it. Hold on.
All right. Well, Raw on February 5th got 2.7. That's pretty average for them. Then on February 19th, it got a 1.47. And I've never been able to find a good reason for that, like why that happened. Then on the 26th, it got a 3.1, which is pretty good. Review scores are kind of similar. It's like 5.9, 5.6, 5.5. They had In Your House 4, or not 4, 6. Why did I say 4? At Louisville Gardens, Louisville, Kentucky. Imagine that. I give this a 6.9. I thought it was a pretty solid show. The attendance was good. It was 5,500 out of 6,000. Had a buy rate of 186,000 with 0.75. So that was a pretty solid show in terms of pay-per-view buys. Did you find the Civil War thing?
No, it's like a documentary based off of what I'm finding out, but I don't know what it is.
What a weird thing to put in place of like Nitro.
I have no idea. They were just probably like, hey, we had this on our fucking taping thing. We need to fucking play it, or we have to pay him again or something. I don't know.
I assumed it was like basketball because I think they used to have basketball on Turner back then. And I thought it got bumped, but I don't know, whatever. WWF highlights. There's more stuff I liked that they did, even though I'm like kind of down on him. Yokozuna's face turn.
Yep.
Roddy Piper's reappearance, which you talked about. The Mankind vignettes. That's small. Like that's just little bits of a couple minutes of TV time every time that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I like them. The Brett Shawn build for WrestleMania, which you also mentioned. And Shawn Michaels versus Owen Hart at In Your House 6.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good match.
Yeah. And we talked about all the Goldust vignettes. And what else? Oh, we talked about the Shawn Michaels thing, and also I still like that they do the phone interviews during like jobber matches sometimes.
The phone calls, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a lot of notes, like general notes. It's like kind of like stuff you were saying, like WCW is just spinning their wheels. WWF's building WrestleMania right now, and we see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Diesel and Undertaker's like one of the big matches they're building. Goldust Piper, we know now. Just put out of your mind like what you know about like what happened at that pay-per-view, and just picture it like you're just now hearing about those matches. Those sound like cool matches. Like honestly, like all like I can see Roddy Piper again. He's going to fight Goldust. I mean, they haven't said that yet, but that's like what they're building.
Or but, you know, in the '90s, they're like, man, Piper's going to beat that homo.
Yeah,
because you know that's exactly what wrestling fans were thinking.
That's what they were thinking. Yeah, it was just more acceptable back then to say that. Mm-hmm. But all three of those sound cool. There's no new matchups or feuds brewing on WCW programming at all, and it's like dragging the shows down, I think. And then like WWF's problem is the wrestling they're putting on Raw and TV, and the TV time they're wasting on like shitty, unfunny segments. It's like the way they're putting their TV shows together is like bad. It's like the content's there, the stuff's there, the talent's there. It's just it's not coming out right.
Yeah, I think if I remember, I think it was Wrestling Bios that they were doing the one of the Raws where it showed Ted Turner that blooper thing and stuff.
Yeah,
and he mentioned like, why are you telling about what's happening on the other product? Like what? Like for example, in this one, they make fun of Hulk Hogan getting handcuffed on the turnbuckle.
That shit actually made me laugh though.
Yeah, but
somebody's starting to figure it out how to actually be funny.
but he brought up a good point. Like you're telling your viewers all this crazy shit that's happening over there to maybe think they might tune in and be like, wait a second, Hulk Hogan is afraid of heels? I gotta see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then like just even forget making fun of them. It's just the fact you're telling people Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Hulk Hogan are in WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the biggest names in wrestling ever that are still going. Okay. Anyway, everything else is like the same complaints I kind of had in January, so I don't want to like repeat myself too much. I think business-wise, WCW is obviously winning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I just kind of talk shit about how other pay-per-view buys aren't good. I'm still inclined to declare a tie, though, just because I think I laid out my case.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give awards to ECW, but like we'll give them a pat on the head or something.
A nod.
A nod.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, guys. Nutballs.
But is that our award journal for February?
I guess so, unless you got anything left you want to say about it.
Nope. It is what it is. Now, let's get into WWF Monday Night Raw. March 4th, 1996, and we are in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, shit.
And just like how I said before, WCW Nitro did not happen because there was a Civil War documentary.
Because there was a Civil War.
There was a Civil War again. I don't know who won, though. The winners did.
Turner won.
Turner won, yeah. The commentators are Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler. And surprising first match, huh? Shawn Michaels versus the 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah, well, like when they announced on the previous Raw, like what two matches, which was the matches Brett and Shawn were having, I was like, one of them's going to open. I don't know which one, but that's the way they start the show usually. They put on the best match first,
mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the show is just whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of held that pattern, really. But yeah, I was like, all right, cool, let's go.
Dude, Vince McMahon is jizzing over fucking Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, oh my God, the boyhood dream. He's like all in on this Shawn push, and I swear to God, like people remember how like Diesel's push kind of like didn't go well, like overall, like, and I think since we like actually watched everything, we could tell, he wasn't actually he wasn't getting booed or shit on it by the crowd that much.
Oh, I gotta find out how to turn this off because every time I blink.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, sorry, if you guys don't see it, it's like on his camera, it keeps doing this thumbs down thing, and he's not even doing anything. He's just like sitting there. It's kind of distracting.
Yeah, and he'll be like, you'll be talking about something, and it's like, no,
it doesn't like what I'm talking. It doesn't like Diesel, but like everybody on, what I'm talking about. Though everybody online in like internet wrestling discussions, everybody talks about, oh, Diesel sucked. He fucking was terrible in 1995. And it all sucked, and the fans turned on. The fans did not turn on Diesel.
No.
It's like their business was just down because overall it's like the product wasn't good, I think.
It's just annoying that he had to be that corporate smiley guy.
They killed his appeal, and he's gonna do the same thing to Shawn. It's gonna happen. But it's gonna get to him. And it's gonna get under his skin, and it's gonna cause him to be an asshole.
Yep.
But I love how every time these two have a match, 1, 2, 3 Kid has to try to like sneak attack Shawn Michaels, and he fails on his entrance.
He like flips him over.
He just continues doing his entrance. It's like different every time they do it. But so they start with Kid starts with like an offensive flurry, and he does like some spin kicks. He's doing his martial arts shit and martial arts posing because he's heel now. Which Shawn was making fun of him a little bit before they started. He did the crane kick thing.
Yep.
And then Kid got mad. He's like, what the fuck? You can't do that.
He's like, what are you doing?
Shawn hits some arm drags, shoots Kid off, and he press slams him. That's another thing that's funny is when Shawn wrestles 1, 2, 3 Kid, he can actually do power moves. He never gets to do stuff like that. Then Kid HBK clotheslines Kid out of the ring. He skins the cat, and he does his own martial arts posing, which is funny.
Yep.
Then we cut to Brett backstage, which intermittently through this match, like there's like a guy with a camera showing Brett watching the monitor, and he watches it like a normal person because Vince didn't have a stroke yet and tell people to start. You have to stand there and watch the TV in this weird sideways angle, I guess, or something. Or it's like you're 3/4 and you're like looking at the TV. It's strange, but he's like asking like Brett, what do you think about Shawn Michaels' offense? And Brett's like, well, Shawn wouldn't get away with a lot of that stuff he's trying to do to Kid. Just I wouldn't let him. And then let's see, he goes back to the match though, and Shawn flips Kid back into the ring from the apron, hits a power slam, another power move. Then Kid shoots HBK off, hits a leg lariat, drop kicks Shawn out of the ring. He does like a dive out onto the floor, punches him in the head, and he's like slamming his head on the fucking mat and shit. Then Kid gets up, gets back in the ring because the ref's like, what are you doing? Like, settle down. Because he was getting a little out of hand. But Shawn's getting up, and then Ted DiBiase comes over. He just punches Shawn in the face, starts beating the shit out of him. And then like Vince wants more comments from like Brett, and Brett's like, oh, it's disgraceful. Where's the ref when you need him? He also says he doesn't want anything bad to happen to Shawn before the match because they're still friends and he respects him. So they're still friends right now.
At this moment.
We go to a break, come back. Kid's hitting like leg drops. He's getting heat until like Shawn hits like a flying clothesline out of nowhere. and then there's like a double count for a while because they're like both dead. And the kid like barely gets up, and then Shawn nips up and he starts throwing punches. He counters kids every attempt to like outmaneuver him and stuff. He fakes him out in the corner. I like this with a crossbody attempt. Like, you know, when guys run from the other guy and he jumps on the turnbuckle and he's going to like jump out and do a crossbody. Shawn did that, but he held it. And then kid was like, oh shit, because he saw he was going to do that. So he like kind of went backwards a little bit. He spun out of the way. And then Shawn was like, got him. And he did like a moonsault off the top rope and hit him. So he faked him out and just hit a different move.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. I like that.
I always like that moonsault he would do to people standing up. He quit doing that after a while.
Maybe his back?
Probably his knees, I'd say. It's where all the impact is on a moonsault. It's on your knees. HBK hits flying forearm, body slam, top rope elbow drop. He's like, I'm going to hit the sweet chin music. Shoots Kid off, and he bails out of the ring.
What a heel.
What a heel. He gets back in there, and HBK gets the better of him for a moment. He throws some punches, body slams him, and then he goes to the top rope. He's going to do a leg drop, but he misses. So busts his ass, eats sweet chin music, gets pinned for 3.
It's a nice little match, and I kind of like how Shawn Michaels sold when 1-2-3 Kid got some offense in a little bit.
Sold for him.
Yeah, he also sold it like him pretty much kicking his ass. Like he kicked his ass so hard that he got tired. Like he did that leg drop and then like stayed on the mat.
Yeah, like it's funny because like see the size disparity between those two guys, it's not as big. The Kid's the smallest guy in a match usually, but like between those two, Shawn's probably got like 20 pounds on him.
Yeah.
So it's like they're really close in terms of weight class.
Yeah, and it was just a good match. I wouldn't say it's like a fucking greatest match of all time. No. I rated this a 6.7 out of 10 because I was like, it's good, nice little good match.
I gave it a 6.8, so we're right there.
Yeah, it shows that they got to build both Shawn and HBK for this Iron Man match.
Yep. You both got to get wins.
Which I think they officially say it in this Raw, right? When they do the ads.
Piper did on the last Raw.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Getting all my shit fucked up in my head. Speaking of Piper.
Get fucked up.
Yeah. And Shawn did the got a little girl from the crowd and did the posing around with the kid. Why did Shawn Michaels look uncomfortable doing that?
Because he's just being a babyface dancing with a kid. That's all.
Yeah. I wonder if he was just like, I get it, I'm a face, but do I really have to do this?
I don't know, because it's hard to read him because I think at that time, he would still say, I like talking to the fans when I could still at that point. It's just, at some point that all goes sour. I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah.
But don't worry, Brett's got something to say about that later.
Okay.
Dancing with the kids like a stripper. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Epstein, are you friends with Jeffrey? But yeah, we go to Goldust and Marlena, and they're on the set of Piper's Pit. So they reconstructed it somewhere or found it,
which was really kind of cool to see, because I never really got to see. I only got to see Piper's Pit when he did it in WCW, and I think we saw one Piper's Pit when he was still going in WWF when we were in '94.
Yeah, but he didn't have the set anymore.
Yeah, he didn't have the set. I wish I got to see that stuff. So
yeah, I'm trying to think. The last time they probably did it with the set. God damn, that could have been late 80s or early 90s, but I don't even really know.
It has to be WrestleMania 3 around that time, probably, right?
Oh, for sure. He was doing that through the 80s when he was there.
Mm.
Goldust is dressed in a kilt, though. And
I like detail.
he says the famous Sunset Boulevard quote, "I am big. It's the pictures that got small." Sunset Boulevard, 1950. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
He does like a pretty long promo. Like really, like I didn't write it down because it was a few minutes long.
Yeah, it was too long in my book for that as well. Because I'm just like, maybe they're just trying to sell it now because now it's not Razor Ramon, it's Piper and Goldust, and maybe they're like, we have to keep this a little longer so we know the feud and why he's doing it. I guess.
I think so because it's kind of a cold feud and they're warming it up.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it was like a little too long, but I still think it was good because his delivery is just good and all the stuff he's doing. His promo was like laced full of double entendres. How is a better WWE champion, Bobby Lashley or The Miz? Who? In what way?
Yeah, I don't know. They had their own ways of being champion. Like when Bobby Lashley was champion, and I would say like in the mid 2000s when he was with it, that whole feud with Trump versus McMahon thing, I think he was interesting during that time, but I don't know if he was champion during that time.
I thought about it. You talking just gave me the time to think about it. I think it was Bobby.
You think it's Bobby?
Miz didn't really have a good run. If you go back and think about it,
he needed John Cena.
Yeah, and I don't really remember it, and I don't think his reign was even that long, if I remember correctly.
No, it was short-lived.
He never really got it back after that either.
Alex Riley was like the,
that was the big feud for him. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for the question, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for watching.
Always come back with another question if you think of something different.
Yep. So yeah, I liked it, but it was a little bit too long.
Yeah, I like some of the silly double entendres he did and the odd verbiage talking about like exploding coconuts and exploding in pleasure like a rock hard mountain. It's like, what the fuck are you doing this? But that's the gist of the promo though. He's being creepy and weird about Roddy Piper to get a rise out of him.
Mm-hmm. And whoa, Ultimate Warrior's coming back. Whoa.
It's still hyping up that Warrior shit. He's got to appear on TV soon because there's just like a couple more TVs before WrestleMania.
Well, I think next week we're learning who he's facing, which is going to be, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I guess.
People, I realize this because we know the card now. Everybody likes to say, "Oh, Triple H got punished for Kurt Cole, Ultimate Warrior, like buried him at WrestleMania." That was before that happened. But yeah. I see a lot of people say that, and I'm like, that was like 2 months before that even happened. Like, what are you all talking about?
I think people like there's a time dilation. I think
so. People just misremember shit and think.
It's like Interstellar when they went on that black hole planet type of thing. Like,
yeah.
Like their thought of wrestling is like 20 years wrestling time here on Earth. Because I think they're just clumping up at like, well, he had that match with Warrior and it was shit. And I bet you it was his fault. And then, he did the curtain call and that was like strike 3, even though that was like 2 strikes. It's like, bro. Like, the way I heard it is fucking Ultimate Warrior was a douche when he came in, and Triple H tried to talk to him and be like, how are we going to work the match? And he, like, gave up a plan and stuff for that, and Ultimate Warrior's like, no, bro, we're not doing that.
I'm going to beat you in, like, a minute, and you're just going to lose. And because the whole thing was he was excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh man, I get to wrestle Ultimate Warrior because, like, yeah, that was like one of the biggest names in wrestling at one point.
Yeah,
and like, yeah, he was a dick, and the match was terrible because he didn't want to have a match, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, but it's funny that people clump those two things together and be like, that's why he got punished. And I'm like, I don't think so.
It wasn't supposed to be a punishment. It just ended up sucking. It was supposed to be better than that, probably.
Oh, well. I'm not excited to see it because I guarantee you people during that time were excited to see it. Be like, holy shit, Ultimate Warrior's coming back. But with hindsight, like, we already know where that goes, and it's not good.
Yeah.
I know where it goes. It goes to, like, haunting Hulk Hogan and WCW. That's where it goes.
At least that's funny.
Yeah.
They are hyping up. So there's a hype package for next week's Raw showing Undertaker and Yokozuna are going to team up against Owen and Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that shit was funny to them. It's like, brother, we finally get to team up in a tag team match because they could never work together other than like wrestling each other.
Mm.
It's kind of funny.
Our buddy Damien has another question for us. Who was a better WWE champion, The Miz or the Great Khali? I'm just going to say The Miz because the Great Khali was just an attraction. And they just wanted to put the belt on him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to fight that at all because Great Khali couldn't have good matches. And he probably should have never... He held that belt for a really long time, like longer than he should have.
He was just advertising for India, pretty much. Be like, you could be a champion here. Look at me.
Look, you guys, we have an Indian wrestling champion. You guys like us now? You want to like come to our shows?
Yeah.
But that's going to be probably a pretty cool match to watch. Then we get our next match, Hakushi versus Justin Hawk Bradshaw with Zebekiah, who's Dutch
Hakushi's last match, by the way. We will never see him again.
That's why he jobbed, I guess. I mean, like, at first I was like, damn, he's jobbing Hakushi out, but it's like, it went too long, and it wasn't really like a job out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a showcase, as we term it.
Yeah, because fucking Bradshaw's here, and he's all fucking cowboyed up with fucking Dutch Mandel.
Yep, Zebekiah is Dutch, or Zeb Coulter, is like newer wrestling fans would know.
Mm-hmm.
He also has badass music. Like I remember seeing him on TV back then, but I didn't remember this theme, and I forgot Dutch Mantel managed him. I mean, I didn't know who that guy was back then, but I was like, "Oh my god, this theme kicks ass!" And did you notice though they were playing it live because they had that Raw band there, and like fucking Jim Johnson's out there. He's like the guy with the guitar with like the long hair.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. So I was like, well, this is fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
Check out that theme. Justin Hawk Bradshaw's first theme. Check it out on YouTube or something.
We got another question, by the way. Who's a better champion, The Miz or Chris Benoit?
Well, objectively, Chris Benoit, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not praising him or anything or saying he was like an amazing guy. It's just the facts of business and like what he did and everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to know who the better person is, obviously is Miz.
Miz is a great person.
Yeah.
He's a great human being.
But Uncle Chris, no.
No. This is not an endorsement of Chris Benoit.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice to see fucking JBL. And I kind of like Justin Hawk Bradshaw. That's a badass name.
It's kind of a badass name. Like, see, he's like he came too late. It's like if he was born 10 years earlier, he probably could have got over as Justin Hawk Bradshaw. And he's like, obviously he's inspired by Stan Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
The clothesline and everything, and he's like the cowboy and shit, and he doesn't end up staying that way for very long, obviously.
Yeah, that clothesline from hell is still an alpha stage.
It still hits pretty good.
Yeah.
I noticed in this match, he's kind of like, I don't know if it was like a communication thing between them or something. He was kind of like herky-jerky a little bit. There was some missed spots. But whatever, he's still young. They have Piper calls in while this is going on He's making fun of Goldust on the phone, though. He's calling him Ed Wood,
which
is pretty funny. And he said, yeah, that's what he talked about, how he's going to be on the next Raw to announce Ultimate Warrior's WrestleMania opponent. He's got stuff to say to Goldust, too.
Which I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm real curious to see what he's got to say. Bradshaw beats him with a clothesline for Hell for 3. That's the match. Nothing to really talk about there.
Yeah, I wrote Showcase because Hakushi kind of got fucked up.
Beat pretty decisively.
Yeah.
Good job, but yeah.
Before we move on to Mankind's vignette again, another question from our pal. Who was the better WWE champion, The Miz or Jeff Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
Do you like The Miz, man? I just want to...
All these questions revolve around who's better than The Miz.
I mean, if you're a Miz mark, it's all good, brother. Like, but you're never gonna probably catch me or Zach say Miz is a good champion unless I guess you put, The Miz or David Arquette. I'm gonna be like The Miz.
And I don't think that's mostly his fault. Like the fault lies on the creative and the situations they put him in. Really, I'm not one of those people that hate. I think now more people realize The Miz is a pretty good wrestler. But back when he was champion and during around that time, he had a lot of haters.
Yeah, because his attire was baggy pants and a fucking mohawk, and then they were just like, "We need to clean it up. We need to put you in tights, and you need to cut that hair."
And they did all that. And then, the thing was everybody would shit on him and say, he's not that good of a wrestler. He only does, fucking 5-6 moves. And it's like, not everybody has to do every goddamn move they know. That's not how wrestling is good.
I like this IC title run. Like, if I had to say, The Miz made the IC title important when he was the champion at that time.
During an era where that title lost a lot of relevance a long time ago. He kind of brought it back.
Yep.
He's good with the mid-card titles, like U.S. champion, too.
And that's where he should be shining, but, things happen.
We like The Miz, though. We both like him, I think.
Yes. I'm not one of those people like, he's awful.
Nah, he's solid.
Yeah. But, Mankind had a vignette. And we got to see more of his face and his mask and stuff. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, this time he's still in this weird dungeon and he's talking about how he was getting older. He was forced to see a doctor to help him numb his emotions or something. And then it wouldn't work. He's talking about all the lies and the deceit and the treachery through the millennia is reflected on his scarred and disfigured frame. What the fuck?
Dude, Vince McMahon must have been like, what the fuck?
Well, he's the one that came up with this, probably.
Really? That's kind of cool. If you think about it.
I don't know if he wrote this verbatim and told him to say it.
Okay.
But the whole thing was you're this tortured, scarred individual. That's Mankind. And he's like, what do I do with that? And he's like, I don't know, figure it out. So maybe the verbiage is Mick Foley's. It's just they gave him a general idea of this is what you're talking about here. You're scarred and you're disfigured and you need to make that relate to how you're mentally fucked up.
Well, I think there was a story that Mick Foley said he's like the Mankind thing was kind of brought to Vince because he was like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't want you being Mick Foley. That's boring.
He didn't like Cactus Jack. He was always like, no, you can't come here and be this guy you were before. You have to be somebody. He did it to Austin. So.
Yeah. And another Miz question. Who was more talented, The Miz or John Morrison?
Well, that's another what are we talking about thing.
Because they're both different wrestlers, different types. John Morrison is good with the high fly stuff.
Very athletic. In the ring, I'd say he's better than Miz. But
Miz has better psychology than John Morrison, I think.
He has better psychology. He's a better talker. Because it's another what Miz can become a manager when he gets too old to wrestle. Totally do that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. You should bring the manager back.
Yeah. But yeah, the Mankind vignettes are cool. Can't wait to see him on TV, which I think is soon, right?
Pretty soon, yeah. It's got. I don't know if he shows up before WrestleMania or not. That's the thing I'm wondering about. So I can't remember exactly when it was that I saw him.
I think he actually comes on WrestleMania. I think that might happen. I think that might happen during the Diesel Undertaker shit.
Oh shit, you might be right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if you're right or not soon.
Yep. Main event time.
Wait.
Before
that, did you see the Doc Hendricks merchandise segment?
No, I forgot. I skipped that, I think, by accident.
Okay, I watched all of it. I watch everything because sometimes it's interesting when you see things like that or whatever. I like seeing the old merchandise or like the old commercials they'd run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're doing stuff with the WWF store. They're selling a WrestleMania chair. Like, one of those fold-up chairs that you could bring home with you from the show or some shit.
Oh, shit, yeah?
Yeah, but they're selling the chair. Guess how much it costs?
$45.
$80.
In that's not bad.
No, wait, hang on. It is bad.
Oh.
Because I checked the inflation calculator.
Uh-oh.
It's a $165 chair. A fold-up chair. It's one of those padded fold-up chairs. Yeah, it has a custom design on the fucking cushions and shit. But like, bro, it's not a $165 chair.
No. I think it's only worth that if like you are selling it on eBay, like you went to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, like I could see them selling it for $50 in our money today. I think that's fair. Because it's a goddamn fold-up chair. Like, come on. But yeah, main event time.
Bret Hart versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hunter.
This is their first match?
Maybe, unless they've wrestled on Superstars and we don't know about it, which is possible.
Yeah.
I think it's funny now because Bret talks so much shit about Triple H now. Just openly. So I was like thinking about that, like while his match was going on, it's like he's he's never had an original idea. I've never heard him come up with anything good. He comes out with some. This is Triple H's gimmick now. He comes out with a different woman every time he comes out. This girl was Jade Hart or Emerald Hart. That's what it was. And so Lawler started making fun of it and saying like, that's Bret Hart's sister. This is like, what? She's better looking than all of them. He's like, be quiet. Stop it. Yeah, they lock up. Bret pushes Hunter into the corner and they break, but it's not a clean break because Hunter nails him in the gut with the knee. And he's punching Bret a lot from different angles until he shoots him into a corner, and then Bret gets booed up and he hits a clothesline from the second rope. And then Bret's like breaking him down after that. It's like he stopped him and he's starting to like, just do that thing where he grinds the guy down. Helmsley's like, he's putting him in holds and stuff. And then Shawn Michaels walks out. He's got a folding chair. That's not a WrestleMania folding chair. It's just a regular folding chair. He sets it up near the corner of the ring and just kind of kicks his feet up on the apron. He's just like watching. And Bret sees him and he's like, what are you doing? And Shawn's like, I'm here to watch. And that's it. Why don't you do it on the monitor?
Hey, why don't you do what I do? Wear sunglasses and look at a monitor.
See, they're different. They think about things differently. This is like why they're oil and water. They should have just made a TV show about these guys being roommates or something.
Yeah, like 2.5 Men or something. I don't know.
But we come back from a commercial and we see Bret is still in control. And he's like hitting an arm drag and he puts him in a hammer lock on the ground. Helmsley gets up, shoots Brett off, but he gets cross-bodied for 2, so it didn't really work. But Hunter throws Brett out of the ring, and then Brett walks up to Sean when he gets up, and that's when he's asking, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm here watching the match. What do you mean?" And he's out. Hunter gets out on the apron, and he's like going to sneak attack him from behind, and he's like, "Well, look out!" And then like he's able to dodge it because he listened to him. He punched him in the gut too. But he regained control of the match with that little moment. But Hunter hits a high knee in the ring. He's back in control. He's getting heat. Gets a suplex and a knee drop, and we go to a break.
Mm-hmm.
Come back. Hunter's jumping off the top rope. Brett gets a boot up in his face, and he kind of does like a Ric Flair salad and falls over.
Mm-hmm.
Brett starts to come back. Atomic drop, clothesline, bulldog, backbreaker, second rope elbow drop, like a sequence. Gets 2. Hunter tries to roll Brett up in an O'Connor roll. It's that little pin where you're underneath the guy and you both roll backwards and you pin him. Brett gets 2 though, but he manages to create enough space with this where like he gets on the top rope. Triple H does, and he tries a move from there. But Brett just like he jumps off. Brett just ducks down and kind of tucks his head in, so he just whiffs. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" His legs are up in the air. So what's Brett do? He puts a sharpshooter on, submits him.
It's such a nice ending to that match because it's like they worked. Will I say Brett probably worked a little bit more than Triple H? Probably.
I think they had a match where it was more relative to like what level they're on versus like how much offense they were getting in. Like Triple H shouldn't be able to get close to beating Bret Hart unless something funny happens, you know?
Yeah, like if Shawn Michaels fucked it up for Bret, like that would make sense, essentially, how Triple H would beat Bret in this situation.
See, like the match Shawn had with 1-2-3 Kid, he was really generous with him. Really. He gave him a lot.
What do you got for this match?
I gave it a 6.4. I thought it was decent.
Yep, I gave it a 6.5. We're at the same area. Before we get into the TV trivia with Billionaire Ted, question from Damien. 10 years from now, how will Hulk Hogan be remembered? That's the eye of the beholder, because there's some people that just fucking despise him because of what he said on a radio station. And then you have people that are, like us, that we know Hulk Hogan was a big icon for wrestling, evolved wrestling what it is today, essentially. And, even when he was dying in popularity in the early 90s, he fucking had the NWO shit that re-blew up his popularity again. So I think he will always be remembered as an icon for wrestling. As far as a person, is he a good person? I mean, near the end of his life, I would say he was
better.
Kind of a better person, but still lying and stuff about things.
It's like a chronic liar, kind of. Although maybe to some extent it was like this deal where he started believing his own works. Maybe in 10 years people will cool it off as much and hating on him just because. Probably.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be when you bring up Hulk Hogan. It's like, even he said this, Jesus, I'm not Chris Benoit. Why is everybody got to treat me like this? Like he said that shit before he died. But, yeah, like, I don't know. That'll die down probably, the hate, but the controversy with him is always kind of going to be there. As it is with like other guys in wrestling who are controversial in different ways.
Yeah. But speaking of Hulk Hogan, we had the segment with Billionaire Ted, and he's on a TV trivia. And I wrote down like some notes because I fucking hate these type of segments, but they were kind of funny. There was like some quotes, context quotes from him that make him sound like a racist. I wrote down. And then it showed the huckster being tied up on the turnbuckle, kind of
like,
shown.
He said, "Help, brother! I'm handcuffed to the turnbuckle, even though I helped her do it."
Yeah,
just like that's what I was talking. That's what we were talking about when we reviewed that Nitro.
Mm-hmm. So, like, that's my notes on it. Like, the Hulk Hogan thing was kind of funny, but I wrote down like, you're showing how crazy it is that this stuff is happening with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man over there. So you're advertising for your enemy, essentially.
Some of those quotes he said were kind of wild. They're out of context, but even with context, like, I don't know. The best you could say was he was joking.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
yeah. He lost out anyway, so.
Yeah. I wish they would just stop doing these and give more TV time to things.
Yep.
It's like, it doesn't sound like a lot. Like, what can they do with 4 minutes? In wrestling, especially at this time, TV time's precious. Any little bit you can get is like something.
Yep. But overall, the show, I think it was decent.
It was solid.
Yeah, we had a good opener. The Piper's Pit with Goldust and Marlena was pretty cool, even though it was a little too long. Ultimate Warrior thing, we're like, okay, whatever. The JBL or Justin Hawk Bradshaw was a cool debut.
JHL.
JHB, yeah. And Mankind's vignettes, and then Bret Hart and Triple H. Man, it's a solid. I think I have to give this a 6.6 out of 10.
Give it a 6.7.
There we go.
So this is what happens when you put your stars on TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like...
Do you have a rating for this one?
Yeah, 3.6.
Jesus.
Because there was no Nitro.
Yeah. But before we move on to ECW, another question from our pal. 10 years from now, how will Bray Wyatt be remembered? Probably how he's being remembered right now, as a good person, a great storyteller. Yeah, he was great. I think that's how he's always. If he had a longer career, I think there would be more things to say, but unfortunately, it was short.
Yeah, relatively for what he did, but yeah, I kind of feel the same way about it, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, now we're getting to Crazy Land with ECW Hardcore TV, March 5th, 1996. We are in Philadelphia, PA. Good old PA. You have Joey Styles on the commentary.
They showed us a very short video of Brian Pillman fighting the pencil.
Yes.
Which is funny.
Yep.
I thought that was longer than it was. Like, I thought it was like a whole promo or a segment, but it's not, I guess. It's just a little 30-second clip. He's talking about the Booker man, and he's like, the gag is, I'm always fighting with the pencil, it seems like, which is an inside joke about Booker and everything.
Yeah, because they always use the pencil, if I remember. And then it goes from that to the Too Cold Scorpio versus Sabu.
Oh, yeah. Because they didn't really do anything else. They replayed that weird promo from, like, the last ECW TV.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Shane Douglas and Tommy Dreamer. Joey Styles does lay out the card, though, for the Big Ass Extreme Bash before we get to the match.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Sandman and Scorpio are going to have a tag match. He didn't say with who, though. Sabu, he said something. Sabu's going to have a match. Mikey Whipwreck versus Cactus Jack. Rey Mysterio versus Juventud Guerrera. 2 out of 3 falls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Sounds okay. Yeah, Too Cold, Scorpio versus Sabu for the ECW TV title.
And this was from ECW CyberSlam 96.
Which we couldn't see because it wasn't on the network or anything.
Mm-hmm. But man, there's been a couple of long matches in ECW.
Every now and then they have this one that's like long and it's like good. And this is like one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's tipping my hand. But they're starting off with Scorpio clubbing Sabu and he shoots Sabu off and they go to the ropes. He does a crescent kick, but he misses. Sabu does a spinning wheel kick, and then he gets a chair, and then he comes back in. And he throws it in Scorpio's back, and he drop kicks Scorpio out of the ring. And then he sets a chair up to do that shit where he runs up the chair off the ropes and does like a dive or something. He does like a senton. They call it Air Sabu. I guess what I'm going to call that from now on.
Is that like his signature thing? Is the chair jumping?
The chair jump, yeah. It's like the Sabu thing. And nobody else really does it, if you notice. It's only like used to be some copycats that would do it back in the day. Nobody does that anymore that I see.
I think Jeff Hardy is like the only one that does it still.
Yeah, and who knows like who invented that move? You know what I'm talking about, the poetry in motion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did Sabu do it first, or was it Jeff?
Probably. It's probably Sabu did it more destructively compared to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. That, man, we should have seen Sabu versus Jeff Hardy.
You know what? That probably was a match. We just got to find it.
There was a brief period of time where maybe that did happen where like they were both there, but I'm not sure. I don't really remember.
I'm going to go look for this.
I feel like Jeff wasn't there when Sabu was. Because he wasn't in the invasion. And he didn't show up until they were doing WWE, ECW. And Jeff wasn't there when they started that. He was still gone.
The only closest thing we ever got to Jeff Hardy and Sabu is Abyss versus Jeff Hardy versus Rhino versus Sabu and TNA.
Fuck. Damn it. Should have had a single.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Sabu brings Scorpio to the ring, hits slingshot, knee drop, gets two. And then Sabu tries to powerbomb Scorpio, but Scorpio like back flips out of the powerbomb and powerbombs him.
Yeah, that was fucking insane.
Well, Scorpio's just sick. He has like freak athleticism. He does shit that like we see and we're like, I've never seen anybody do that before. This is like 30 years ago.
He's on roids. He has to be on roids.
He's got. Who cares?
I know. I mean, I'm not downplaying him, but I'm just saying he's got to be on roids because what we saw in him in WCW compared to what he is now, he's puffier.
Yeah. Maybe he's just like, if that's possible, it's also possible maybe he just doesn't care about his diet anymore.
Probably.
Who knows? But yeah. God damn, I wrote a lot of notes for this match, but I kind of don't want to go over it because it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's something I do compulsively. So like big highlight, they have a back and forth match that lasts the whole 30 minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It ends in a time limit draw,
which I was okay with actually, because I know we kind of like shit on it usually when there's a TV title, and it always ends in a draw because there's always a time limit. But this one like earned it essentially. It didn't do the whole like I beat you up, you beat me up, and then it goes faster and faster. It was like all the way to 11 from start to finish.
And they sold, though. That's the thing. They sold the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like how sometimes we see some matches later where people aren't really selling like maybe they should.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys sold. And Sabu is still cool with me. I don't know. The finish was cool, too, which was... What were they doing? It's like they were just doing crazy ass moves, but it's like they couldn't beat each other.
Yep.
Like Scorpio was sitting on the top rope and Sabu just hit like a top rope ring Steiner. Like he jumped on the top rope and then jumped on him and did it. And then Scorpio hits the 450, doesn't pin him. And then he gets like a chair, and he goes to dive off the top rope to hit Sabu with it, but he just misses, so it's like he just fucking hit himself with a chair.
And I don't know if Sabu was either selling or actually hurt, but when he fucking fucked up his knee and shit, I was like, I don't know if this is real, but he's fucking selling it.
That's the thing with him now, is like you don't know. So it's like, in a way, he's a better worker than like a lot of people because you're not sure. But I think Sabu hit like a couple leg drops with the chair, and then he was gonna set up something to do, and that's when the time ran out. He's just like, "Fuck," and then they were just dead.
Yep.
It's insane. Watch it if you ever can get a chance to.
Yeah, I gave this a high rating. I gave it a 7.2 out of 10.
Oh, I liked it a lot more than you did, apparently.
Oh.
I gave it an 8.4.
Oh, geez.
They were doing insane shit. They were working. They were actually working. It wasn't like a goddamn garbage match. It's like they had some aspects of that a little bit, but it was very restrained compared to how it usually is.
Is this what they did? That weird string of promos?
The supercut promo montage, which I don't really care for those because you don't really get anything of substance out of them, really.
Oh, definitely with the whole fucking ECW tag champions. They were like
the Eliminators.
Yeah. Pitbull's kind of promo saying that one night to win the ECW title, and then they like went to the Eliminators and they said something lame that I just didn't give a fuck about.
Yeah, it's like the Pitbull's got the longest amount of time, I think, in this whole thing. And they're not like good promos anyway. So, yeah. And then you had like Stevie Richards came in and said funny things sometimes. And then they had this thing where they were dancing with Bubba Ray or whatever. Who cares? Yeah, Saturn was the one doing the talking in his segments. One was okay. One was like lame. I was like, okay, that's over with. They did one with Missy Hyatt and Sandman.
They're made for each other.
They kind of are. They're both. She's. See, Woman's too classy for him. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. It was always like this weird juxtaposition with them. Maybe that was supposed to be the point.
See, Sandman is the white trash, like trailer park but live in the city type of person.
Yeah.
And he goes to a bar and like he found woman and she's too classy for him, too high maintenance. But next to the woman is another redneck woman.
Missy.
Yep, smoking cigarettes and
drinking beer.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a lot more compatible on screen. I just know that doesn't last long. Unfortunately. Not much else to say. We cut it short because I wrote a lot of notes about this match. And I mean, I could break all this shit down move by move, but it would take a while. I don't want to do that.
It's all good, man.
So, it's just really good. Trust me. I liked it better than Dubs did, but whatever.
Brian Pillman is in a limo with the lawyer.
Oh, yeah. He had a little bit there. He's the only one that was worth having TV time.
And, dude, there was one fucking promo where he's naked on the couch.
What the fuck was that? That was weird. Must have been his idea. It had to be.
He's like, Eric took everything from me.
My dignity, my constitutional rights. What the fuck?
I'm all for it, man. It's like it's so outlandish, but I like it. But I guess final thoughts. I mean, it's one match, right? But it was a really fucking good match.
Yeah, when they decide to do those TV shows like that, where it's like, we know we had this really good ass match and we're just going to make it the whole show. Oh, you can't mess that up, really.
And the promos are kind of like hit and miss, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna give this a solid 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.7.
Okay.
I had to deduct points because the promo montage isn't great. I think they wasted time showing that promo again from last week. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Just you could have done something else there. Whatever. I wasn't there.
All right, now it's time for ECW Big Ass Extreme Bash.
Who the fuck comes up with these names?
Probably Paul Heyman's child, I'm gonna say.
They would have been like real little then.
Oh.
Like, I think. Maybe not even born yet, I think.
It's probably Taz. He probably came up. He's like, you know what? ECW Big Ass Extreme Bash. Like, I could totally hear that in Taz's voice right now.
Or Sandman.
Yeah, that too. So we're in a bingo hall. And you got your host, Joey Styles, again.
Didn't he say they were in New York here? I thought, or was it not?
I think so.
Let me check. This is thrilling.
I think they have a New York show coming up soon.
It's in New York.
Oh, damn.
And then it was in Philadelphia. So I know what happened now. Because I was going to say, this is a 2-day event. Night 1 was in New York. Night 2 is in Philly.
Okay.
So that's why, because I was watching this, I'm like, what the fuck is up with this show? It's like the first hour of it is like they shoved it in a blender, and you don't get to see anything to completion, really.
Mm-hmm.
Except for like any segments or promos, you see all of those. And that's okay. That's fine. At least we saw something complete.
Dude, but what I want to say is, like, you ever try to shove a, like, fucking 10 pounds of shit into, like, a
5-pound bag? Yeah.
Yeah. This is, like, a reason, like, ECW shoved so much shit in this fucking show that the transition of the chaos is, like, so interesting. Like, it should be studied. Like, Damien had the question about what, in 10 years, what they would be talking. I want to know in 100 years what they would think about ECW's fucking pay-per-view structure.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, like, I get why it's kind of this way a little bit, because it's like, look, ECW is like a fucking shoestring budget operation. They can barely afford to pay the wrestlers. Some of them don't get paid, as we know. But like, this is a VHS like recording of the show that they filmed, and you can only fit so many things on a VHS tape back then. I don't know how well you remember it, but like, you had something like about 3 hours, something like that. And now I know for like commercial use, you could buy like, and if you had the money, you could buy the equipment and the tapes to where you can get more hours of footage on there and higher quality and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the budget for that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if they're going to sell the tapes, which is what they're doing, they're selling tapes of their shows, they'd have to like have another tape. And that's going to drive up costs more.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah. But Joey brings out the gangsters, which New Jack is out, and
wait a minute.
What?
That's not the first segment.
What is it?
Well, the first segment was when Joey Styles in the ring and he introduces Shane Douglas.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
He time traveled.
I time traveled.
Yeah, Shane Douglas comes out, and they show Brian Pillman. He's sitting at ringside, and he's wearing some wild-looking sunglasses, which is in my camera when I turn it off. He did this pose.
Yeah.
He's like, I want those sunglasses. Those rule. But he's trying to talk to Shane, and like Brian Pillman's like antagonizing him and shit from the crowd. And he's like, don't pay attention to him. He bought a ticket. He's here as a fan. And he's trying to talk about something, but we never get to that. Because he can't ignore Brian out there. So he goes over to the security railing where he's at because he's sitting in the front row. And he's like, look, you're going to come over here and fight me like a man, or I'm going to pull you over the railing and I'm going to force you to fight. And then Brian's like provoking him and shit. He's not letting up. And then Shane starts calling his manhood into question and shit. And then Brian starts taunting him about how he quit. He's a quitter. He quits everything in life. And then he's like, you quit WCW, you quit the Dynamic Dudes, you quit the WWF. I thought it was really funny he brought up the Dynamic Dudes.
Yeah.
God. Oh, and then you see, like, he goes to swing at Pillman, but, like, he pulled some woman who was sitting next to him that he claimed was his cousin.
Dude, I laughed so fucking hard at that. Because, like, this fat lady's holding a child.
Like a little, yeah, it was like she has like a son, a little like 6-year-old kid or something with her.
And and Pillman's like holding her up like a shield.
Holding her and him.
Yeah. And Shane Douglas is like, come on, man. What are you doing?
It pissed him off so bad. The best part, though, is Pillman took a cheap shot around them to hit him in the face.
Yes.
That's what caused it. It all went to shit after that. It broke down in a good way. And they got pulled apart. And they forced Pillman away and got him out of there. And then Shane's like on the microphone and he's like fucking pissed. And he's talking about Pillman. He's like, Brian Pillman's a piece of shit. Ted Turner's a piece of shit billionaire. If they keep sending WCW people ECW, I'm going to go to CNN Center and I'm going to kick his fucking ass.
Yeah, I like that. It was fucking really good.
I was like, wow, okay, this must be where Shane Douglas is like good, where people are talking about him being good.
Maybe that's like the real him is coming out because he doesn't know if Pillman's fucking working. He just gets mad.
I guess, like, I said it before, he's better in this environment because he's allowed to just cuss and say outlandish shit and just be like controversial. And like he doesn't have like a real natural kind of charisma to him, but when he gets mad about something, it works.
Yeah.
Then you hear like a whistle blowing, and it's like, oh fuck, we know what that is. Bill Alfonso comes out.
Yep.
So like another segment just came into this one, faded in. And Todd Gordon's out there because Todd Gordon has to run out to break up fights for some reason, even though he can't do anything.
Yeah, he always has that dumb, stern voice. Be like, "Don't do this, man. Don't
do it.
Yeah,
don't do it." They have another bad fight. Todd Gordon and Bill do because it's what they do. And I don't understand why people love it so much. I don't get it.
It's like slapstick comedy sometimes with this. Like, this is what I kind of hate about what AEW does because they'll like have a good thing going on. I'm not saying Young Bucks had a good match, but it was like one of the pay-per-views where Young Bucks and some other team were fighting throughout the arena, and then they open up the door and there's Orange Cassidy in the bathroom and stuff, and you're just like, why are we doing this? That's how I felt.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's how I felt with this. I'm like, number one, I liked how he talked to Brian Pillman. He's like, I'll go handle this like in a normal voice, and then Bill Alfonso just goes in the ring and starts fucking screaming on the top of his lungs and stuff. And I was like, that's so fucking cool. That's like, he's a great heel when it comes to that stuff.
When I say I don't get why they love it so much, I get that he has a ton of heat and they love seeing people beat the hell out of him. But like, why is it always Todd Gordon? That's my thing.
I guess they don't want to have a skinny fuck beating up Paul Heyman, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman's not really like an on-screen character as much anymore. Francine's busy fighting with Stevie Richards. So it can't be her. She's not that good at fighting, though.
No.
She's terrible, unfortunately. Taz comes in, and I like how Taz usually hangs back a little bit, to see if Bill can like get the upper hand or not. And then when he starts getting his ass kicked, he's like, "Oh, okay, I have to get in there." So he gets in there, breaks it up, and then he's like gonna like beat up Todd Gordon, I think, and then Bam Bam Bigelow shows up in a gray sweater.
Yep, and they all get scared and run out of the ring.
He had his wrestling gear on, but he was wearing like a sweater.
Well, it's kind of like Vader a little bit, where he has his gear on and then like a fucking leather jacket on.
Yeah, but like he didn't even wrestle. He's not on the card. It's weird. It's just how he dresses, I guess.
It's ECW, man. You never know.
Gotta always be ready.
Yep.
Taz hits Bam Bam with a chair though, and he no sells it, so they just leave. They're like, "Oh fuck, that chair didn't work." And now they're cutting around. They're jumping around, cutting around. Ooh, excuse me. And they just show the middle of their match Chris Jericho was supposed to have with Cactus. And it's like, I actually would want to see this, but we don't get to see it.
We see something else.
Jericho just beats Cactus with a bridging German suplex for 3. We see the end of the match. It's like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley was saying that the crowd hated him so much in this match that it actually like hurt his feelings. They were calling him a sellout and telling him to like fuck off and die or something.
Is that why we see like a little promo later on?
I don't know. Like, because now that I know that they're in a different area for that show, it makes me think like, okay, maybe the New York fans are just assholes. And then when he went back to Philly, they were like, "We love you, don't go." It's like they work. It's like they work with him. Like they were booing him and shit when he was being an asshole before there.
Mm-hmm.
But now they know he's leaving, they don't want him to go. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Another supercut match: Taz versus Mikey Whipwreck. This one was apparently short anyway. It was like 4 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Taz beat him. He put him in Taz mission. Taz won't let go. Then Bam Bam comes out to save people again. Because Nunzio shows up. By the way, that's that guy. His name's like Stone or something. That little guy, that's Nunzio.
That's fucking hilarious.
But he's like a nobody right now.
Mm.
Bill Alfonso. I like how Bill Alfonso fought off all like the jobbers and low card baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Bam Bam comes in and like he picks up Bill Alfonso and he runs away. Taz does. He lets go when he shows up. He's gonna press slam Bill, but like Taz clips his knee and puts him in Taz mission and just chokes him out.
Mm.
Like, okay, so Taz got revenge on Bam Bam for showing him up for no selling a chair shot. No supercut. Shane Douglas. No, wait. That's just me complaining about all these cuts. Now is the Gangsters promo.
Dude, those cuts like confuse the shit out of me because I'm like, they don't really display or tell you it's like recaps in some way.
They should have had like a little graphic that said Big Ass Extreme Bash Night 1, New York, like showing you. They don't do that though.
I guess, at the time they're like, "Hey, asshole, there's 2 days, just so you know." I'm like, okay, I guess, all right, whatever.
Somebody was probably putting this shit together at like 4 a.m. with like no sleep and doing this, and they weren't thinking about things like that.
Yeah. But man, this fucking segment is funny as shit.
I'm gonna let you talk about this one because you seem to like it. I did too. I liked it a lot too.
I mean, I don't have word for word, but he just goes on. He's like, "Hey, I know there's like a fucking tag championship that is happening between, Sandman, Scorpio, and then the Eliminators, and we want to be a part of it." And then he like goes on like tangents about Jim Cornette and how he needs to get fucked by his tennis racket. I was like, what is going on here? And then he talks about being incarcerated, and then he called. He says, even though I motherfucking hate you guys, you ECW retarded fans is I wanted to come back to you guys.
He said, I never thought I'd miss anyone in my whole damn life. But when I was locked up in Atlanta, I realized I missed all these retarded motherfuckers in ECW. That's what he said. That shit was funny. Oh, man.
And in the middle of this, fucking Damian Kane comes out. And he's like, dude, I want to be your fucking manager. And his deal was, I got pussy in the back. Let's get some pussy since, you haven't got pussy since you were in the slammer for about 6 weeks and stuff. And I thought, like, for a second, they're like, really? Let's go back there. And I thought that's how the segment was going to end. But no, he just told them to fucking kick dirt.
There's 2 things about that. One, New Jack got assaulted by some woman who was trying to get up on him when he entered the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know if that was a plan or not. I couldn't tell. But she was trying to, like, oh, my God, New Jack. She's getting all up on his shit. And he was, like, smiling about it. So it's like, first off, I don't think New Jack has, like, a problem pulling women. So he doesn't need help, I think. So, the other thing, that pussy he's talking about, I'm pretty sure that's his wife he's trying to prostitute out. So, like, okay, that raises questions. But yeah, New Jack's like, the whole thing, it's just really fucking entertaining. He's like, I was sitting there watching the damn TV and I realized I could be in ECW beating someone's motherfucking ass right now.
Yeah.
Instead of being in prison.
Mm-hmm.
They beat up fucking Damien though and force him out of the ring, and they insert themselves in the main event match basically. New Jack's allowed to just make decisions and it's okay.
Yeah.
Because who's going to argue with him, I guess?
He's a gangster, so whatever.
I like how he called the headhunter those fat motherfuckers. This is how he referred to them. See, this is what's missing. We haven't seen enough promos with him in ECW since he's been there. He's been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, this was good. They need to show him talking more, I think.
Yeah. My notes are all over the place, so I need you to guide me again, because writing ECW notes is so annoying.
I can see how, especially if you're like tired and shit. Like you probably get delirious trying to piece this shit together.
It's like, what? Cactus Jack again? Why is he here again? What's going on? So
they cut around some more, and we see Brian Pillman come to the ring with a football player from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
Who is, I wrote his name down this time because I could see it on his jersey, Boatswain.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't know who that guy is. But he's a big guy.
He looked terrified at one point because I don't think he knows what the fuck is going on with Pillman.
Maybe. It's possible. That Bad Crew's in the ring there. They're beating up Nunzio, I think. And then Pillman just beats them up with a cane, and they run out of the ring. And he gets a microphone. And he has like his whole entourage with him, that fucking lawyer and like some guy holding a briefcase.
Mm.
And Pillman's like, he yells for Joey Styles to get in the ring. And he starts talking about Shane Douglas. Now, Shane's the student and Brian's the teacher here.
Callback.
It's funny. And then Shane shows up and he's like up in this little area where the crowd is in the arena. And he basically just says in so many words, he's going to go down there and beat his ass.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't, I'm not even like shortening it that much. It's really what he says.
What's so funny about this is, again, it's in a bingo hall. So it's not like a fucking arena where like you'd see a wrestler be like in the stands and yelling at someone and coming down a really long staircase.
Yeah.
Like Shane Douglas could have ran and jumped the fucking railing and got Brian Pillman, but like they showed Brian Pillman and the football player like running away. But it was like slow motion where they were turning around still, and Shane Douglas was slowly jogging down over the railing to get into the ring to yell at Brian Pillman again. And I was like, this could have been done better.
A little better.
Yeah.
Crowd chants, Brian is a pussy as he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because he called for this confrontation and he ran away. Another match got put in the blender. It was Eliminators match on Hack Myers and Obama. I was going to say, I didn't write down who his partner was.
Mm-hmm.
They hit him with that and they pinned him. That was the finish.
Yep.
I don't know if I would have wanted to see that match or not. It probably would have been okay, but like whatever.
I'm okay with it being short like that.
Yeah. Now we finally get to see real matches. Chris Jericho versus Taz with Bill Alfonso.
The Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Come on, baby.
It's interesting to see Jericho at this stage because he goes to WCW soon and he has a good run, and then obviously when it comes to WWF he explodes essentially. So it's like nice seeing him greenish here, even though I know he's not green. He's like considered a veteran at this point, right?
Not a veteran, but he's been wrestling for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little bit of mileage on him, but he's not like, he still could learn things.
Yeah.
And like he had the Smoky Mountain run. He was there for like a couple years before it went under. And then before that, he was just traveling around.
Yeah.
I think he wrestled in Japan a little bit.
Yep.
And Mexico. I forgot Mexico. But yep, they square off. They do a go behind. Then Taz picks Jericho's leg. He rolls through, gets on top of him, puts him in a cross arm bar. That's what I love about Taz. I love when he does the wrestling shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Jericho also knows wrestling, though, so he gets out of it. He does a top wrist lock, and Taz bridges and overpowers him out of it because Taz is like a dwarf.
Mm.
He might be shorter than Chris, but he's twice as wide. So,
it's all that pasta.
It's got a low center of gravity. He's a very dense human being.
Dude, that's why he like almost breaks people's necks in the suplexes that he gives.
Yeah, that's what's talked about before, where he's got that. Since he's so short, when he's like throwing people, they're being thrown at like this kind of sharp angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like if Brock Lesnar threw you, he's able to like just toss people and they can just mostly land on their back.
Yep.
I mean, they probably don't feel so great the next morning, but like they're not landing on the fucking back of their neck and shit.
Dude, their window of opportunity to try to fucking tuck their chin is probably like a half of a second. When Taz is putting them through a suplex.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one in this match that made me go, oh, God.
Yeah, where he folded Jericho twice.
The second one was the worst,
yeah.
Which I'm going to get into that because that goes into the finish. But Taz shoulder blocks Jericho. They do a leapfrog spot. Jericho seems to sucker Taz in. It's like he leapfrogged, waited for him. It's like he landed and let Taz get a waist lock on him, and then he reversed it and German suplexed him. And I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. And then Jericho hits the springboard drop kick, which is a move people know that he does now. But he did it on the top rope this time.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, he stopped doing that. He does it on the second rope now.
Yeah.
Then he does a springboard dive out on the floor. Jericho suplexes Taz back into the ring. He hits another suplex, and he gets a lion salt for 2. Jericho's doing chops. He shoots Taz in the corner. Taz grabs him, and he hits a Northern Lights for 2. Jericho gets up, super kicks him in the jaw. Pretty good. He goes to the top rope, but Taz catches him, and he tries to do like a back suplex from up there, but Jericho backflips out. He clotheslines him.
Mm.
Taz shoots Jericho in the corner. Jericho leapfrogs out, but Taz catches him, and he hits the Tazplex. And that's that one where Jericho landed on like the back of his neck, and it wasn't even like he folded. It's like it was stiff.
Yeah.
It's like there was no give in his neck when he landed. He just crunched, and then he like rolled over, and I was like, oh.
It's like watching a Mortal Kombat fucking finisher.
Yeah. And it looked bad, but I guess he was okay.
Yeah.
Or like they stop the match though because he's like not really getting up for a while, and they think, oh, he's fucked up, just kill it. And Jericho's like arguing with the referee, the timekeeper, so they restart the match.
Mm.
So Jericho hits some punches. He hits like a Sobat kick. One of those jumping spin kicks, a Jean-Claude Van Damme kick. But Taz just German suplexes him and puts him in a Taz mission. He submits him.
Yep.
And
what'd you give this match?
6.4.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.6.
Wow.
I thought they had a good match. I just kept on wincing every time Taz does a move because, like you said, he's short and wide, and he just tosses people. I know he's not doing it on purpose, like to try to injure people, but god damn, it looks like it sometimes. Where he's just like, all right, gravity, and then he's like,
he's doing this shit where he's trying to get over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's trying to hurt anybody, but he's trying to get over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those deals. A jobber comes out and tries to stop the choking of Jericho. But then the Eliminators come out and they're like, Joey Styles is like, oh, man, they don't even like this. And they just shove that jobber away and they let him continue choking him, which I thought was like funny and fucked up.
Yeah.
And then Pillman comes out and he starts jumping around and acts like he's going to save Chris. And because Joey Styles brought up, oh, Brian Pillman helped train Chris Jericho. I don't know if it's true or not. It might be a little bit.
Maybe.
But that period of time where he was doing it, probably. But he sees Taz. There's like another jobber comes in and he kills him with a German suplex, and then he just rolls out of the ring. He's like, oh, fuck that, I don't want any of that. Please. And then that El Puerto Rico guy runs down, he tries to help him, and then Pillman just clotheslines him and suplexes him on the floor. He's like cackling about it and shit.
See, like the slapstick comedy that happens, like it's so fucking weird. Like you'll have like a serious match, and then all of a sudden, like comedy just comes in out of nowhere.
I think this is okay, and I don't think it's comedy.
I know, but it like looks silly.
It looks silly, but like here's why it looks silly, I guess, because it's like, why is Pillman doing this? And that's kind of the point, though. He's like, why is he doing all this? Why is he being a random asshole?
He's a maverick. He's a wild card. You don't know what he's going to do, essentially. So I get it.
Yeah. But Shane rushes him, and then Pillman's like, oh, shit, he runs away really fast. And that football player dude was like in the front row and grabbed him, and they just left.
Yep.
Shane's restrained by like a bunch of baby faces, and they kind of force him to like go to the ring. And then Taz is standing in the ring and he looks at him and they just kind of look at each other and cut. Like it was a movie scene.
Yep.
Weird.
Very weird.
Ray versus Hoovy.
Yep.
2 out of 3 falls. So I don't think we've seen Juventud Guerrera yet.
Didn't we see him in WCW?
No, I mean here.
Oh, okay.
Psychosis was here before that, but he's already left.
Mm.
So it's the first time we're seeing Hoovy. It's really funny because he's gone now. He literally had a cup of coffee and left. But they do a spit exchange. They spit at each other.
Yeah, they hate each other. And
then they just start going. And I don't have a lot of notes for this because this is like a fast lucha match, and I can't do that. I'd just be pausing all the time trying to write shit down.
Hurricane Ranas. There was fucking so many Ranas.
Lots of fancy luchador shit.
Mm.
This luchador shit probably looks better than like modern day luchador shit because this is still like when you could kind of half-ass buy it.
I like lightweight fucking Ray compared to like what we know Rey Mysterio now, like a mini heavyweight, essentially.
A heavyweight and like he has no knees, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like young Rey Mysterio is something else, really.
Mm-hmm. He got a little fight in him. Like he actually, essentially, you kind of see a little bit of Eddie there. And
he's got some fire to him, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wrote who won the falls and how they did it. And I just got little random notes within that. Like, Hoovy won the first fall. He did a dragon suplex after he hit like a springboard somersault drop kick, which is like what the fuck in of itself. Like that's crazy. Hoovy did a cool spot where he missed a running drop kick in the corner, like at a really high speed. Like, you know, the Daniel Bryan corner drop kick. Imagine that, but like 2 times faster.
Yep.
But he missed it. So it was like a bump spot that he does, like when Brett takes a turnbuckle. And I'm like, oh, that was great. But you know what the problem was? He didn't really sell it.
Yep.
If he sold that, oh, that would be great. Because that looked devastating. He's, Jesus, is he okay? He started moving and I'm like, no. You messed it up.
I think this is just, and I know they do psychology and like luchador wrestling, but this was like a very old school luchador where it's just like, I don't want to say like video game shit, but it's almost like Mortal Kombat stuff. A little bit.
They have a different style of psychology where they're not thinking about it like this needs to look like a fight. It's just like this needs to look flashy, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't really know how they think about it. I don't know much about the original psychology of Lucha Libre. That's something I don't really know a lot about. But
it's like Eddie Gordo's fucking fight set.
I know the way that they take it and the way they used to look at it before is like these guys are fucking superheroes and I love them. And they can never lose. If they get lose, I'll get fucking mad. This is basically how that is. But second fall went to Ray. But it was after like a weird spot they did, I thought. Hoovy was hitting Ray in the corner with like some kicks, and then he just did this thing where he just kind of like ran into him, like he chest bumped him or something. And then Hoovy turned around and he was going to run to the opposite corner. But Ray was like walking behind him, like walking to follow him. And then like Hoovy tried to do some kind of dive, and then Ray drop kicked him in midair. And I was just like, what the fuck? It just looked weird. It just looked kind of fake. Ray hit a gut-wrench powerbomb and pinned him for 3 after that. Third fall. That one goes to Ray. They fought a little bit on the outside after getting sick of being in the ring for so long, I guess. They go in the parking lot for just a little bit, not too long. I think Hoovy powerbombed Ray onto the hood of a car and fucked up the hood a little bit. And then Ray jumped off and he hit a hurricane run into Hoovy. I got concrete. Look at Joey. And they get back in the ring. Ray got tossed onto a turnbuckle, but he caught himself. Like he was going to do a snake eyes, and Ray was like, oh, he like caught it. And then Hoovy takes this opportunity to try to do like a splash mountain, which is like when you do the razor's edge, but you just sit down with it. But he was going to do it from the second rope. Ray was able to shift his weight, and he countered it into a Hurricane Rana from that fucking position somehow and pinned him, and that was sick.
Yeah, that was a sick ending. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Great. And after the match, Ray was just mad at Hoovy, so he powerbombed him through a table and threw a chair at him.
Yeah, he fucking like disrespected him.
He spit on him.
That is true.
I gave it 6.9.
I gave it a 6.7.
6.9. 619. Get it?
Oh, shit. Booyaka, booyaka. Is the Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck next?
That's next.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the final appearance of Mick Foley. It has to be, right?
In ECW, yep, he's over.
Yeah. And if we remember correctly, last show that we watched with ECW, Mikey Whipwreck fucking tossed a chair at Cactus Jack's face. So essentially, that's why this match is happening, right?
Yeah, they have like a feud. He also betrayed him in like that tag match and shit. Mikey came out in a neck brace though, against doctor's orders.
Oh shit!
And then Cactus came out. The crowd's cheering for him here. And then he gets on the mic. He tells Mikey, someday you're going to be able to look at your kids and tell them, you had Cactus Jack's last match. But I'll be damned if I let you win that match. And the bell rings.
Dude, I love when he does that stuff.
He's all quiet. Then he just starts yelling.
Yeah. Shows fire.
So, what do you have to say about this one?
I don't have a lot of notes because there was pile drivers, there was a lot of clotheslines that were happening, double arm DDTs, but this was just all just fucking bumping for each other essentially.
Yeah, Mick Foley's thing is he's not like a real technical guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a brawler. So you're not going to see a bunch of flashy shit from him. The flashy shit he does is like the crazy dives he'll decide to do or the bumps he'll take.
Yeah, like tossing himself off a Hell in a Cell.
Or like tossing himself off the apron to the back of the security railing.
Mm-hmm.
Or doing the cactus elbow from the second rope all the way to the concrete floor where there's no fucking padding.
Yeah.
God. It's mostly a brawl. And then like Mikey is kind of like a high flyer a little bit, so he busts out some kind of move, like a crazy dive or something. But he also takes like gross ass looking bumps too. And somehow, I don't know how, he ended up looking worse than Mick Foley. That's what always gets me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy to me. He never went to a real company, Pinocchio, I guess, was the thing.
Because Vince probably saw him and he's like, no, pal.
This guy looks like a fucking nerd. Can't do anything with him.
I mean, they could have done stuff, but he would always be like a low card. He wouldn't be what he is in ECW.
He would have gave him some kind of weird gimmick, like beaver cleavage or some shit. I don't know.
Or like a pervert that likes to look at divas or something. He's sniffing Trish Stratus's fucking panties or whatever.
No, I know what it is. It's like he would be this guy who just is asexual, and he's like a total virgin. That'd be his thing.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Like all the girls want to fuck him, and he's like, "No, I'm asexual."
Like they say something that's like vaguely flirtatious, like they're not really flirting with him or something. You know what I mean? One of those. And he's just like, "Oh yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you later." And then she's just like, "What the fuck?" Like he's like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
No. There's a lot of brawling. There's some cool spots though. Like I think Mikey did a big dive out into the crowd area, and Cactus almost didn't catch him though. It was close.
Mm-hmm.
He almost fucking landed on his head. There was also a cool spot where I think Mikey tried to do a victory roll or something in the ring. Like he jumped on his back, on his shoulders. And then Cactus just dumped him over out into the floor. But he like hit the apron and like it looked bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it hurt. They fight out in the floor some. This match is like kind of half outside, half in the ring. But it's not bad because it's focused and they're not going crazy. I think they fight outside for a little while. Somebody gets, let's see, Cactus clotheslined Mikey over the security rail after that crazy dive I was talking about. He suplexed him on the floor. There was a funny thing that happened a little bit before that, where when he had control of the match in the beginning and they were fighting out on the floor, these people in the front row was trying to give him shit to hit Mikey with, but it was all like useless objects. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was like strainers and stuff. And he kept taking him. He's like, what? And he'd throw them away.
I bet you like these people come up and be like, I'm going to just raid my kitchen cabinets and see what I can bring. And probably got yelled at by like their moms or whatever. Be like, no, you can't bring my good shit there.
I'm not letting you take my cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Here's a strainer.
Oh, okay. Cactus gets Mikey back in the ring, and he put the mandible claw on Mikey. And I was like, whoa, is this like a teaser?
Yeah, I popped for that a little bit.
Me too, because I don't think I've ever seen him do that move before, ever.
Mm-mm.
Then he hits a power driver there. He rips his neck brace off after that, and then does a double arm TDT. He gets like two counts for that sequence. They end up back out on the floor. I think there's a spot where he's trying to power drive Mikey on the floor, but Mikey stops him. He throws Cactus over the railing, but it's like he didn't go all the way. And he held on to Mikey's neck, and he did like a neck breaker on the fucking rail. And I was like, oh, that's nasty. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was so cool.
The funny thing is it's probably safe, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because it's just do the neck breaker thing, but don't, you just kind of fall over, snap your head.
Mm-hmm.
Looks great. They get back in the ring. Mikey hits Cactus with the chair like 5 times in the head.
5 CTEs.
5 CTEs, and he pinned him and he kicked out.
Yep.
That's what we're going to call that now. So, they go to the floor in the crowd again. Mikey suplexes him on the floor. And he jumps off that elevated stage area onto Cactus. And they get in the ring, and he tries to do something on the top rope, but like Cactus just fucking smashes him in the face with a forearm.
Do you think JR would have been pissed if he found out like this is what Cactus is doing before he comes to WWE?
No, I think he knew what he was doing, and he was probably like trying to get him out of there for real because he knew what he knows how Mick is.
Mm-hmm.
Where he used to bump and do crazy shit before, but in that environment, he's going to do it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, he's using up his bump card, so to speak.
My God, get out of this company.
He's trying to get, ever since he got in there, he was trying to get Austin and Mick Foley in there. And it just took years, I guess. But Cactus got a chair and hits a power driver on the chair with Mikey and gets 3. He finally beat him.
So it's like really cool that they let Mick Foley leave like this.
Oh, yeah. They gave him a good send-off. They hugged it out when it was over. So that they buried the hatchet after giving each other CTEs.
And like almost paralyzing each other. But hey, it's over. They're buddies now.
That's what boys do. They fight and then they become friends.
Yep. One doesn't remember, the other does, I guess.
What'd you score the match, though?
I usually give shit when it's kind of like this chaos, like all over the place, trying to kill each other. But Mick Foley does something special when it comes to that hardcore style, because it has meaning, and he fucking sells his ass off.
He actually has psychology in these matches. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just like, I go here and I hit you with this thing. I go here and hit you with this thing. You hit me with the thing now. And we just do that for like 15, 20 minutes. Like it's Axel Rotten or something, or one of these other fucking guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't look stupid.
He makes it work.
Yep. And then you have someone like Mikey Whipwreck that doesn't even care about his well-being, so...
Yeah, he's like Mick Foley, too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So, like, I think this is my first time giving a Cactus Jack match and a Mikey Whipwreck match a 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.5.
Oh, shit. You're higher.
We're in the range, but I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yep. What do you think of his go away speech?
It was very good.
Mm.
They let him say everything he wanted to. He gave that kid in the front row his shirt, which was like a Cactus Jack 1985 to 1996 shirt. And he was sad. He was sad that he was leaving. And then Stevie Richards and Blue Meanie came out. And it was funny because he built it up like he was talking about Todd Gordon and fucking Paul Heyman. But no, it was those two. And he did a little dance, and he wanted to do the Fargo strut out of the arena, and he got to.
Yep.
And that was it. I mean, I didn't want to write a speech down because he said a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. It was like very Mick Foley of him.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He's just a good guy. I don't know. How can you hate that guy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody actually does, except Ric Flair for like a minute.
And then he got humbled.
And then they figured it out.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They had a fight and they became friends. See, it happened in real life.
And he's probably like, let's have a beer.
Let's have a match. I hate you because you hate me. Like, I hate you because you're glorified stuff, man. They had that in the same match and they actually got over it.
They made money, they did business, and they're like, brother, you're okay.
Brother, you're okay too.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next in the ECW?
Bruise Brothers versus Pit Bulls with Francine. And this is another one where they gave up on this one a little bit. Or no, they gave up on it, but after seeing a little bit, I don't blame them. So they super cutted this one. But after I saw them starting to work, I was like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the Pit Bulls' fault. It's the Bruise Brothers guys. They still fucking suck.
Yep.
So it's like Pit Bulls aren't amazing workers or anything. They're okay. It's like their thing is they're just really intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Goldberg, but I think they're better than Goldberg. They can. So let me be clear. I think they can work better than Goldberg, but they're on like a similar wavelength.
Okay, makes sense.
That's what I mean. The thing I noticed was I don't know, those Bruise Brothers guys. It's like you think back when we saw them in WCW a few years ago the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We see them now. It's like they're still like not selling and shit. It's weird. Like there's like one of them was beating up the other one in the crowd, and he walked away and was just fucking with his t-shirt. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This huge guy was punching you in the fucking head, and that's what you do.
I don't want to look fat in my shirt.
Anyway, it turned into an angle, basically. Stevie Richards and Blue Meanie came out, and they hit both the Pit Bulls in the fucking nuts. And the heels just gang up on him. And then Tommy Dreamer comes out with a fake arm. Why an arm? I guess it can't be a Singapore K because it's fucking Sandman shit, but like, why not a baseball bat? I mean, like, you know, get like an aluminum bat, just start hitting people.
I don't know. It's like old school fucking wrestling games where like people like show up with like weird items in their hands and stuff.
A mop.
Uh-huh.
Fucking like, yeah, it's like one of those SmackDown games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a weird arm that had metal in it for some reason. He had to make that himself.
Yeah.
But they run the heels off and they hug because they're bros. They didn't give us a score because it's not a match, I guess. It turned into an angle.
Yeah, it was an angle. It was a supercut angle.
Yeah.
This is Sabu versus Big Titan now.
Well, yeah, and then they decided to not. They also put that in a blender.
Yep.
You know who Big Titan is?
No.
Rick Bogner.
Oh.
AKA Fake Razor Ramon.
Oh, no.
Just a couple months before he's there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's sad is a little bit of the match I saw, I was like, yeah, it looks like they're not having a bad match, but we didn't get to see it.
Yep.
Sabu hit a DDT like from way high. Like he did this thing where Bogner was trying to like throw him up in the air, but Sabu grabbed his head, DDT'd him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sabu hit the Arabian facebuster and pinned him. That's how that match ends. Raven with Kimono Wanalea, Stevie Richards, and the Blue Meanie versus Shane Douglas for the ECW World Heavyweight title. So there's not much to say about this one either.
Yep.
Raven has the gout. I like how they like. I always thought it was like a colloquialism around where I live at, or like the South, where people call gout the gout. But they were saying it too, and they live up there. So now I'm just confused.
I don't know.
Raven has the gout though, and he refuses to wrestle.
Mm.
But they did anyway. The thing is, I couldn't tell if Raven was actually like kind of fucked up or not, like his leg. I don't know.
I don't know either. He sold it well.
He sold it well regardless. I couldn't find any solid information if he was actually hurt or not. Because I thought maybe it was a thing where, like, maybe in the previous night, maybe he twisted his ankle or some bullshit, and he couldn't really, like, work a match. But he's like, I can still be there, and you can kind of kick my ass a little bit, but I can't really wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was one of those things.
Maybe, I don't know, but like we said, he did a real good job selling it.
He did, and this was like, there was a lot of shenanigans in this match because all those guys were there to interfere. That's what makes me think it was like one of those deals where he was kind of hurt and he couldn't really work fully.
Mm-hmm.
Raven won after hitting the Eva Flow DT on the chair for 3. But he hit that move a few times in that match up to that point. And plus Shane Douglas was getting like fucking ganged up on by like 4 fucking people at one point. So it's not like they buried him, bro. They buried Shane Douglas.
I think this kind of protects him because, he had all that interference and stuff. You would think this would probably lead to a steel cage.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's over. The issue's not over. Obviously.
No. And you got Pillman that's like on the outside fucking with shit.
That's the match I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Pillman versus Shane Douglas. I don't know if it even happens though.
I don't know either, but I'm for it.
After the match show, all the heels beat up Shane, and then Tommy Dreamer comes out to save him. But that gets cut short because there's just too many guys. They're back in control again. Then Sandman comes out and he just canes the fuck out of everybody and they run away. It's fair enough, I guess. Tommy gets a chair, though, and he puts Raven's ankle in the chair. Like he's going to Pillmanize him. He's going to fuck him up. And he grabs another chair. And then Sandman like grabs him. He's like, I want to fuck his leg up. And then Dreamer's like, no, I should fuck his leg up because I have personal beef with this guy. And they're arguing about that. This actually made me laugh out loud. While they're arguing, Shane Douglas gets up on the top rope and just splashes the chair on Raven's leg and rolls out of the ring. And Raven's like, he's like screaming and shit. And it's like they get pissed because he stole their kill, basically. And then they're about to fight him, and he's like, remember the deal. Remember the deal, and they both just kind of like back off, and they don't fight him.
Yeah.
Tommy just leaves, but like Sandman's still there, and he keeps thinking about fucking attacking him, and he keeps telling him like, "No, man, we have a deal. Don't do anything." And then like every time he turns his back on him, Shane starts fucking laughing at him and making like these faces. And that's like that whole deal.
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
Yes, it was very fun to watch.
Main event.
What the fuck, this main event, dude? What the fuck?
So this is like what New Jack was talking about earlier. He inserted him and Mustafa in this match and made it a 3-way dance match, which is Too Cold and Sandman with Missy Hyatt versus the Headhunters, Damian Kane and Lady Alexandra versus the Gangsters. By the way, Joey Styles keeps calling her Lady Alexander.
Yeah.
Like, it's not her name. Goddamn, whatever. This just devolved into bullshit like pretty quick.
Dude.
It's like what I was talking about earlier.
That's why, like, I mean, I made the comment before because there was a portion where Sandman, like, is in the middle of the ring and he's holding his fucking stick in the air like it's a lightsaber. I'm like, this is ECW's gay Jedi hero.
That's what you're talking about. I was like, what is the context for that? That's what I wanted to know.
And then we get to this main event and everybody has a lightsaber.
They do. They all do.
They just start fucking whacking each other. And this is the ECW portion where I'm like, this is retarded.
This is the retarded shit that New Jack was talking about.
Yep.
But he's like participating in it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. Like, see, this is another weird thing about this match. It starts with the other two teams, and the Gangsters aren't in it yet. They just come in the middle of the match.
I guess they're playing off the, well, we're going to come in this match anyway and make it a three-way, so it was like unofficial, official.
I think this is the beginning of that gimmick they had where, like, New Jack just shows up and beats people's asses. Like, this is the beginning of that.
I like that gimmick.
I like that gimmick, too. But I don't have a lot to say about it because it turned into bullshit, like I was saying. But
yeah,
there was a spot I got pretty mad at where, like, Scorpio was fighting Damian Kane outside on the floor. And he was hitting Damian Kane with, or not on the floor. This is when they were still in the ring. He came in the ring and started interfering. And he was hitting him with a kendo stick. And Damian Kane was like no-selling it and fighting back.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's a manager. I get that this guy was obviously a wrestler before. He must be retired or something because he's not built like that and he wasn't a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care. Like, I would be pissed if I was Scorpio. He might have been for all I know. I don't know. What the fuck? I'm hitting you with this shit. You're like going to no-sell it, fight me?
I was waiting for him to punch him in the face for real.
So here's my thing. You don't see Ted DiBiase out brawling Shawn Michaels on Raw or something.
Mm.
Like he got the better of Shawn Michaels in like a situation and was kicking him while he was down. If they fought, Shawn would get the better of him. Gangsters hit the ring at this point, and I'm like, oh, thank God this match might turn into something else now. It doesn't happen for a little while.
No.
It just turns into what I hate about ECW for like longer.
Yep.
Scorpio eventually hit a 450 on one of the headhunters and he pinned them, and I'm like, okay, maybe this will focus some more. It takes a little bit longer, but it does. They're eliminated. The headhunters beat the hell out of both teams, and they fight Sandman, and they just fight off. So those two and Sandman are gone, and he never comes back. So Scorpio's in there with the Gangsters just getting his ass kicked at this point.
Yeah.
And this is the part of the match where it's like, okay, I can focus on what's happening, and it makes sense.
Mm.
They beat the shit out of him. They double team him to death until they pin him. That's it. New Jack hit a top rope splash after Mustafa power slammed him and then pinned him. That was it. That's the match.
So, is this like proving? Is this a number one contender match for the tag champions?
I think it was supposed to be, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, was the Gangsters just want to fuck shit up? Because that's okay too. If that was the deal, they just want to beat up the Headhunters and Sandman and Scorpio. That's okay, but like, there was nothing on the line. It seemed like besides the number one contender, I guess. I
had it in my head that it was supposed to be for that, and I think I remember there was just like a throwaway line about it. But I'm gonna go with that. That's what it was.
Makes sense because, man, the Eliminators versus the Gangsters—that's gonna be hot.
That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Did you rate this match, by the way?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I gave it a 4.5.
Okay, I gave it a 4 out of 10 because I was just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
When the Gangsters showed up and they started doing their shit, especially after like everybody got out of the ring, it helped.
Mm-hmm.
That helped my score. It was originally a little lower than that.
Yeah. But my final thoughts on this is, like I said in the beginning, like they shoved so much shit in this that I get why they did it, like how you explained before. But at the same time, all those supercuts really fuck with me. Where I'm just like, am I supposed to rate this? And then obviously it's like, no, it's like a recap or something to fill the time and showcase or whatever. But once we started getting into the matches, like Taz versus Chris Jericho was good. Rey Mysterio versus Juventud was good. Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck was really good, in my opinion.
Best match.
Yeah, and then it does the Raven and Shane Douglas bullshit, where it goes from like we're gonna have a match, but then fucking chaos happens, and
we're gonna do an angle.
Yeah, there's gonna be an angle now, so no match, just angle. And then it goes from that crazy shit to this fucking crazy ass main event.
Yeah.
And it really fucks with you because, like, you have those good matches and then you just fucking shit the bed, in my opinion. So I had this at like a solid 7.1.
Wow.
Yeah. And then because of the ending and how it got structured, it brought it down to probably a 6.5 out of 10.
So my thoughts were, I would not have bet money on Cactus Mikey being the best match of the night, but it was. This is his last appearance here. It's also Hoovy and Ray's last appearance here. They don't say that, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to WCW.
Yep. The Cruiserweight division.
Who knows if we'll ever see him on TV. I skipped a match in this because my Axel Rotten rule came into effect.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Okay. You never brought it up, so I figured...
Yeah, I'm tired of the whole, like, I'm a black Italian dude, I do put up a booty, and, like, Axel Rotten is, like, the clumsy guy that can't fucking beat him, apparently. And it's just like, I don't care anymore.
I just hate his matches.
Yeah, just stop wrestling.
Well, he eventually did. He died in a McDonald's bathroom. I'm just saying, he did.
Dude, he jobbed to a fucking McDonald's bathroom.
He jobbed a meth or whatever it was. I can't remember. Yeah, I gave us a 5.9.
Oh, I was a little higher on it.
The structure of it and everything dinged it a lot more for me, I guess, because it was frustrating. It frustrated me a lot, actually. And I hope the next one's not like this.
Oh, it was. I don't know if it was on Hardcore TV or this, but I think it was the Hardcore TV where they were doing those promos and Taz and Bill Alfonso was there, and like they're like, "Stop fucking tilting the camera! Holy shit!" Like
that was funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you tell them, Bill. You make them fix their camera."
I was like that. I was like, that's self-awareness right there.
Yeah, somebody said something.
All right, so what is the next shows we're going to be watching? So it looks like we're going to have...
We got to figure out what we're going to do next. Because there's a Nitro Raw. And typically, if we get 2 TVs in a row, we just do it. But the problem is then there's WCW Uncensored. And then there's TV. And then after that TV is WrestleMania. So it's pay-per-view, TV, pay-per-view at the end of the month.
Would you want to do the 2 weeks of Nitro Raw? We'll make that an episode. And then the next episode would be Uncensored and the next Nitro and Raw. And then we'll have one episode just mainly for WrestleMania 12 and a War Journal.
Yeah, we could do that, or if we feel brave enough. I guess it depends on how long the runtime of the show is, because I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, well, stay tuned, and you'll know what we chose when we release the episode.
I think we're gonna do the 2 weeks of TV for sure, though. First.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that, and then come back, and we will discuss those episodes. But if you want to catch more from Getting Some Color, we are on Big Trouble Media's YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe this video. And we also have Big Trouble podcast, where we're doing the naughty list movies, where we're picking bad movies to watch and rank. And then Zach, you and Andy are doing a Gundam podcast.
Big Zam in little podcast. But we got a couple things in the pipeline. We just haven't decided when we're going to record our next one yet.
Okay.
We got to hammer that out.
All right. Well, until next time, everybody, remember to get some color. Peace out.
See ya.
Let me see here.